let's move right along. This is going to be talking about the game of the week. And this is an extra special one, only because I'm going to be playing it. uh, so why don't you start out and talk about the details and such? You can talk about my team. I'll talk about our opponents. How about that?
Yeah, we got to keep you off of the bias here. So
there you go.
Yeah, Div D East, Nexus Cats versus Zul'jin Distillery. It is on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. That is Eastern Standard Time. That'll be on the Nexus Gaming Series Twitch page. I don't believe I know who's casting it, but we'll find out. Somebody will probably say
Murda
and or Slexia. Yeah, those are the two that you can always expect. So talking about Nexus Cats, they finished 8th in season 8.
Those are strong.
Sorry, gotta call you out. Yeah, a very strong, solid, barely making playoffs 8th.
Fair.
But you've added a new player, and you've got a little bit more time. You're adjusting to some role swaps mid season 8 that you shuffled around a little bit. But the Cats in season 9, they're coming out. They're now a strong contender for D East this season. They're sitting at the top of the standings. They've won all 6 of their matches so far. Game of the week against Zul'jin Distillery. This is going to be a good test for you guys. See how you can do. Zul'jin Distillery, always a good team, especially come playoffs. They always put up a pretty strong performance. So this will be a good test, and we'll see how you do.
No, and we are definitely treating this, I think, as seriously as like a playoff kind of match. We go way back with XGD. I think the first time we played them was the Zul'jin Distillery Invitational. They're a great team, great players. They're actually really nice guys too. Kind of off the field stuff. I really like talking with DeWitt. He's usually a really nice guy, and he's been on the show before. He's very knowledgeable. Our drafter says that he hates drafting against DeWitt because this guy does his homework every single time. And I think it's going to be a good test for both of our teams, not just the Nexus Cats. But why don't you talk about the Nexus Cats player?
Of course.
So we've highlighted.
I believe it is McGiblets, Mick something else, Goobler. I don't know. There's like every pronunciation is valid.
He says he responds to any of them. Gibbs,
McGibbs,
McGiblets, whatever.
He's a equal opportunity pronunciation team player. So he's new addition to your team. He's bringing some experience from Division B. So definitely some higher division experience helping you out so far. And it's paying off. You guys are doing well. So your teammates, of course, say he's the best healer in the division, hands down. This is entirely unbiased commentary, of course, coming from me, a Division A player.
For the record, I didn't write this. I didn't.
I didn't write it either.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't be surprised to see him doing pretty well. He's not a stat sheet healer necessarily, however. You won't be seeing him topping those stats in the stats compilation write-ups that Key posts and things like that. He's sitting middle of the pack in those. You know, he's 4th in average healing, 7th in heals per minute or healing per minute. But when you see him play in these games, you gotta watch the VODs. That's the real test. It's the eye test. All these little small things that he's doing, CC utility things, you know, his positioning. These are all contributing factors, and they're helping y'all get some success in the first half of the season so far.
Absolutely. And one thing to kind of highlight that intangible, the stat you're not going to really find on a stat sheet. Gibbs is landing roots with Stukov's 13. I didn't even know that was possible. I've tried for years. Haven't been able to do it. And he does it regularly. So Guy is definitely a machine. He puts in his time. He presses the buttons when he needs to press them. We definitely appreciate his addition to the team. And he's all around nice guy. And fun fact, he lives like 30 minutes away from our team captain. So it's actually really cool that he integrated really well into our team, obviously. And he's a really nice guy. So, but enough about me and the Nexus Cats. That would be unfair to continue talking about us. Let us talk about Zul'jin Distillery, who I can't talk about highly enough, honestly. They finished 3rd in Division DE last season. They got a disappointing first round knockout. I think it was like kind of the knockout herd round NGS, honestly. It was pretty heartbreaking for them. I know Frankfurters were extremely happy to get that win last season. And as far as placements go, I understand that Zul'jin Distillery was kind of on the cusp, among other teams. I think there's a couple other teams, but they were on the cusp of actually going up into C. So they were one of the teams that kind of stayed back down. So they were an obvious favorite going into the season. And I think that they're definitely showing everyone that they're just as good, if not better, than the Nexus Cats. They are so far 6-0. However, they do have 3 map losses. And honestly, that 1 map loss is the only difference between the Nexus Cats and Zul'jin Distillery, because that extra map loss counted as it took away a domination win. So that's literally the only thing standing between the Nexus Cats and Zul'jin Distillery. They have a lot of flex matches played, and someone's going to have to lose this week. Obviously, I hope it's not me, but if it is to lose to any other team in this division, it's XGD. They're stand-up guys, and one of their key players, someone to talk about, is going to be Led. This could be a battle of the healers. So we're just talking all kinds of healers today, healers and tanks. They both both teams have an average takedown of around 13.6 per game. So whichever healer is going to be able to keep their team up is going to wind up having the upper hand in the game. Led is leading the division in average healing, 74,000 healing, and healing per minute at 4.3,000 per minute, while sitting at 4th in KDA. So this is definitely keeping, or Led specifically, is definitely keeping XGD up, keeping them alive, keeping them healthy, keeping them in the fight to keep going on. So definitely going to be something to watch. I really, obviously I'm biased, but obviously want everyone to tune in to this match. It's a number 1 and number 2 seed going up against each other, so it should be a good one. And that's all we got for Game of the Week.
Diablo Apox. Leap of Faith again by Anduin Vildanslo, and Medivh's gonna be able to finish him off. 3 kills, a triple for BFM. And now Diablo being surrounded. Faith falling to 25% health, Condemn, and Diablo's down. That might be the actual play of the game. They find another kill.
Apocalypse coming out though. Red team. Oh my god! Red team almost got him.
Axon jumping over to get some kills.
Oh, Ragnarok getting the concussion mine, knocking him out into the fray. Oh, the definition of unlucky.
Ladies and gentle beans, welcome back to Nexus Gaming Series. This is the NGS Game of the Week, week number 5, Division D East, Nexus Cats vs. Distillery, and to my left, it's Slexia. How you doing this week?
Hey, what's up? I'm doing well. I'm excited about this one. Division D East, some old teams playing head-to-head, face-to-face. Where are they at with standings right now, Murda?
Oh my god, I'm so glad you asked, because this is a banger tonight. The number 2 seed currently, Nexus Cats, have 16 points in the standings. Map record of 12-2 with 4 dominations already attained this season. And the Zul'jin Distillery just 1 point behind them in the standings in 3rd place. They got 15 points, map record of 12-3 with 3 dominations this season. Looking really good thus far for both sides.
That's crazy. I know that Nexus Cats had a rough couple of seasons before this, so to see them up here in these standings right now is excellent. And I'm excited to see how this matchup goes. Do you think we'll get a best of 3, or what are you anticipating?
Honestly,
like an
I
actual
much
3.
less. Yeah, I think
3 games.
3 full games, all 3 of them, probably like 30 minutes each. These teams are going to be pumping out the kills, and I'm hoping it's going to be not one-sided in each of these games. I want like the long, like who's going to win this, 20-20 at the end of the game, next fight wins sort of deal.
Same. I'm excited. Let us know about the map picks and bans. I know you said they did the coin toss and stuff this morning. They seem pretty hyped to have done it so early in advance. So I don't even know where we're going. And I know you have all those juicy details.
Great question. It was the Zul'jin Distillery winning the toss, opting for the first map pick. They banned out Battlefield of Eternity and Volskaya Foundry. The Cats took away Cursed Hollow and Brax's Holdout. And here for game 1, Slexi, I don't know if you're in our lobby yet, but our game number 1 is going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Nice. Not in the lobby. I'm going to go ahead and flame everyone for not inviting me.
Oops, I invited Stixa instead of Slexia. RIP! RIP, sorry, Stixa. Wrong button.
All right.
So, yeah, welcome, everyone. If you're just joining us in chat, you are here on time. We haven't started yet. We do have all our players now in our lobby, including one extra spectator who just had to kick rocks. Stixa, if you're out there, I'm so sorry. That was my fault. Murda always does dumb things.
Whatever. There's an S, there's an X. It's easy to confuse. Yeah, I mean, it's like those things that people spam post on social media where it's like, if you can read this, something, it's like, okay.
You're the smartest if you can read this leaf speak. You're like, thanks, Grandma. I can read it.
Well, I'm ready. There, it looks like you're ready.
I'm ready.
DeWitt's ready. What about the Nexus Cats? Artha now ready. I think we're gonna get into this.
Oh, baby girl, we are about to hop on in. They did fix the draft team. That was important. Okay, good. Looks solid now. Team 1 will be banning first. That'll be the Cats. And DeWitt says, "Here we go."
Well, here we go then. And here it is. The draft. Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Tomb of the Spider Butts,
of the
actually.
Week. It is Spider Butts. You're right. Those are the gems. They are called Spider Butts.
So, have I cast the Cats? I think I might have cast the Cats early in the season. Excuse me, I don't recall what they drafted. But I do know that they have Mr. Turd Herder, who is in the flesh this evening, joined up by Arthnow, Mark Zombie, McGiblets, and the Doctor. Over on the other side, we were talking about DeWitt. He's joined by B-Fresh, Lead, Cowboy Kyle, and Ankle Shot. Very long-standing teams on both sides, which makes the matchup just that much more exciting. They have a lot of experience playing against each other, and I believe they've actually played against each other in the Zul'jin Distillery Invitational.
Right. Certainly. We all know that XGD does have those off-season events, and the Nexus Cats like to get in there, but we're seeing tank bans immediately. Diablo banned by Nexus Cats and XGD taking out Johanna.
So I like the Johanna ban, maybe a little head scratchy on the Diablo as we see Stukov, the second ban, quickly coming out from the Nexus Cats. But yeah, you're right. A bit of a tank choke. I wonder if they want to further choke this out here. We got to look at what Zul'jin wants to do. They take out the Tassadar. That leaves open Zul.
Right, it leaves Zul open, but I feel like these are target bans. Ooh, Deckard Cain getting picked up. An excellent first pick, I feel like. I would have rather seen like an ETC. However, his healing is really strong right now.
His healing strong. His self-healing is maybe the most annoying part. It seems like you can never kill the old man. ETC is going to be picked up. There's Malfurion as well for Lead. But what does this leave open on tank? Is it the Garrosh, the Mal'Ganis? How much deeper do they go in that
like
pool?
an Uther main tank.
Oh my god.
They want to get crazy.
Oh my Slexia.
They could do an Anubarak. I'm not sure. It looks like XGD's going for a blow-up comp, though, with that ETC Malfurion. So whatever it is, better be something that has survivability.
There's the Sonya pick for Turd Herder, and taking a look over at chat, a lot of people starting to hop in. I see Ripper Hots out there. Haven't seen you in a while, my friend. Says rooting for XGD, but Nexus Cats are great too, so may the best team win. You know, that's exactly how I'm going into this matchup. I really do like both sides. I just want a best of 3. I want the full 3 games set, and I think that's what everyone out there is hoping for as well. There is that ban onto Garrosh. It's going to make them go a bit deeper, Slexia.
Well, I hope they ban like a burst mage on the side of Nexus Cats. I almost said on the side of Turd Herder. Rip. Because, I mean, with that blow-up comp, that's what I would expect to be drafted next. But instead, it's a Tychus ban. So it feels like they're only doing target bans.
Yeah, Taichu's getting banned out. Maybe a head scratcher there. Kael'thas, great mage here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. And for the offlane, taking away something Turd Herder lights, it's going to be the Rexar. We're going to get to see it from Zul'jin Distillery for game number 1.
Well, he already picked up his Sonya, so, you know, the Rexar's fine. It's, you know, definitely strong solo laner. The stuns from Misha are really, really oppressive. But against a Deckard, I don't feel like it's that much of an issue with his mobility. But we'll see.
Main tank Blaze for Mark Zombie and the Doctor gonna hop on the melee assassin Zeratul. Oh, they got some wombo now.
Okay, so they're looking for the stun into maybe a VP Wailing Arrow situation. Not sure. Stay a while. But the thing is, this ETC is super strong to me. The Malfurion and the possible blow-up. Who's the second assassin?
Rainer?
We could just see... It's Imperious.
What? Double
That
bruiser.
I mean, Imperious does a lot of percentage damage, and that leaves Blaze, an already weak solo tank, kind of vulnerable here.
Yeah. I was expecting an auto attacker, something like a Rainer would have fit in nicely. Imperious, yeah, kind of out of nowhere, but look at all of this CC. All 5 heroes for XGD having some way to lock down heroes. That's going to be very scary for the Nexus Cats.
Right. I'm curious to see how this plays out. I mean, we have wave clear on both sides, but having that beefy front line to save and keep Kael'thas protected, as well as Malfurion, is kind of scary.
So let us know in chat, who are you here rooting for? I see a lot of people rooting for both sides, which is great to see. A lot of Let's Go Cats, a lot of Let's Go XGDs. Seems as though Div D East is live and kicking with 2 of these top squads facing off here in week number 5. We're loading in quickly, and let's go on into it, Slexia.
Perfect.
Over on the left-hand side in the blue this evening, we see Arthnal playing the Zeratul. There's Turd Herder on the Sonya, the Doctor on Sylvanas. Blaze can be played by Mark Zombie and McGiblets on the Deckard Cain. Look at them make the rounds around the keep. Make some noise for the Nexus Cats.
And on the right side, playing for XGD, also known as Zul'jin Distillery, we have DeHwit on ETC, Be Fresh on Imperius, Led on Malfurion, Cowboy Kyle playing Rexar, and Ankle Shot on Kael'thas.
So I saw some shout outs to all the NGS patrons, and Turd Herder saying hi mom. If Turd's mom is actually out there right now, welcome honestly, genuinely to chat. I don't know if I've ever seen you out there before, but if you are there, be sure to say hello. Let us know who you are so we can finally get to thank you for bringing Turd Herder into this world.
Yeah. So Sonya is already bought, and XGD had their 5-man mid together. Really didn't make much of a difference. They were just able to clear the wave faster. Interesting strat, nothing too high velocity to speak of, though. Mark Zombie already going in for a stun. The roots put under him, though, with a huge Dorito from Deckard Cain, hoping to lock someone down. Not really working out as Mark falls to about 200 health with Arthanau. On that Zeratul, I believe was a swap at draft.
It was, yeah, I think
lit
you're
up.
right. Was it McGiblets? Or no, it was the doctor was showing
Yeah.
Zeratul at the start. And then they switched Arthanau, the captain, over to the hero. So a bit of a role swap, I suppose. A hero
I
swap at
guess
the minimum.
so.
Welcome in chat. See some old friends here. Professor Bobo in the house. How you doing, my good old friend? Hopefully you've been well. There's the first kill of the game after, I guess, well, Misha fell before. But there's going to be Blaze falling. Mark Zombie back at the death timer.
All right, well, with that main tank Blaze and the potential for blowup as anticipated from the side of XGD, I would definitely play it a little bit safer, not really go for stuns, but only wave clear right now if I were Nexus Cats. You know, just look to get those gems, rotate safely, because XGD kind of has the advantage here with what they're able to do in this early level scenario.
Yeah, and already look at the gem counts on the bottom right hand of your screen. Ahead by 10 gems right now. XGD looking really strong in these rotations. Honestly, being led by Ankle Shot in this Kael'thas. Able to clear out these waves so effectively. And DeWitt, Be Fresh, this heavy front line for Zul'jin Distillery. Able to hold on to so many of these gems without being under much threat at all. Kael'thas hasn't had to pick up one gem at all. That's exactly what you want out of your backliner.
Right, like I was saying, he's super protected, just able to do what he wants. Like, the fact that Malfurion has one, I think, is an accident, even. But looking at those talents, Murda, I do notice that Sylvanas has gone stacking here in this game against this heavy front line in the 4-man. Currently at 9 stacks, kind of slow, but we will see where that goes. ETC is pretty easy to blow up as Sylvanas, and I'm not sure about Imperius, but might be a good choice.
Yeah, we did see 32 gems get cashed in by the front line of XGD. The rest of their gems, and they have enough to get their first turn in, but so many being held by Rexar. There's Cowboy Kyle, bottom lane right now with 16 gems on hand, a couple more right in front of his face, and he's able to kill those 2 spiders. How do they get Rexar to turn in? They're going to need to send some help. Looks like DeWitt's going to come on down, doing exactly that, with Cowboy Kyle holding on to the 18 needed. We'll see if Rexar wants to get this turn in.
Interesting. DeWitt did come and slide in, but also went back up. But let's note, too, that XGD is picking up their bruiser camp and may have this calculated to turn in after they pick that up, so they're pushing at the same time. But they should be mindful because Nexus Cats has turn in at this time, too. And both teams are close to level 7 at this time. Let me say at this time one more time.
At this time, Nexus Cats turning in their gems, but kind of same situation for them. The solo laner holding on to what they need to get that first turn in. So it's going to be Turd Herder versus Cowboy Kyle, but Rexar going to start the channel first. Can it be interrupted? Looks like Blaze just being there is enough of a threat. But Mark Zombie going to have to run away, and maybe now Rexar can look to that turn in again, but they want to turn their focus on Blaze. Jet Propulsion, the only thing saving him that time. Did Turd get his gems in? No, he didn't. So it's just going to be Cowboy Kyle wide open for XGD to get the first Web Weavers.
Yeah, well, I mean, not a bad time for Nexus Cats. Not a bad time for XGD. You know, it's a pretty early turn-in. It's pretty normal. They're probably going to go for top fort, maybe push a little bit mid. I think Sonya is doing a pretty decent job at holding her own bot, and I say that, Arthur now gets a gank bot onto the Rexar, so that's going to make it an even better situation for Turd Herder down there.
Yeah, that'll certainly help out the old Turd. Free clear in the bottom lane as Mark Zombie, the only hero up front. Oh, man! Deckard Cain locking in ETC right in front of those towers. Yeah, you can't hit heroes anymore. I think you might have forgotten about it. Second kill of the game for the Nexus Cats after they already picked off that Rexar. But coming in quick succession during this enemy objective phase, gotta feel good for the Cats.
Yeah, definitely good picks. They really didn't get much done at all with that Web Weaver phase for the side of XGD. Just maybe a couple towers and walls down. This gives Nexus Cats the opportunity to turn in and maybe push for level 10. They do have a slight experience advantage. There's a huge Dorito from Deckard Cain onto Malfurion, and he is just blown up. But a fewer coming out onto the Doctor will take that Sylvanas out. And I don't know. I would play a little safe if I were Nexus Cats. They don't want to lose their turn-in. They don't want to lose their advantage. And unfortunately, Arthur
Oh, no! Right next to it. The Kool-Aid's
it was all a distraction.
Right there.
It was all a distraction for Turd to turn in top.
Oh, well, hey, you know, you gotta do something. Arthur now making some space with his death, but now Turd Herder may be caught out. He's in the boss pit, trying to whirlwind around a few heroes. Now gonna get the brunt of Kael'thas and Imperius. Still spinning around and still living. A lot of help now coming in from the rest of the team. Looks like Turd's gonna be just fine as the Web Weaver's falling right next door.
Well, speaking of time, the time is now for XGD to pick up their ultimates before Nexus Cats, who have this Web Weaver phase, and they just picked them up at this time. Let me just keep repeating myself tonight, which led them to leave top lane, but they're rotating bot and they get another kill onto Rexar.
Oh man, my favorite talent in the game, I think.
What? Oh, leap.
Oh my god, I love it.
Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. You're better at it. You sound more like Sonya, not me. Just kidding. And here's this bottom fort getting assaulted. The towers are down, the walls down. ETC's looking to come around for a flank. Deckard using his abilities to zone that ETC. And I don't think Nexus Cats want to chill down here. They just wanted to get what they can.
Curious, we haven't seen anyone work on the siege camp all game, but finally it looks like XGD gonna start working on it. D-Wit here along with Ankle Shop, and Arthur now has it scouted out, might be thinking about coming in, still holding on to his Void Prison. So they can really set up a play here if they want to, but they're gonna be late on the siege camp. Here comes ETC. Void Prison gonna slow down that mosh pit. It's stopped for now. There's the Phoenix being thrown out by Kael'thas, but still in that mosh pit. Can the Nexus Cats get out? In the bunker, Sonya, but yeah, she can't make it away. I think she popped the leap there right at the end. She did, so 60-second cooldown. Slexia, what do you think about that fight?
I think it was risky to invade that. I mean, they have pretty good clear on the side of XGD, so going in was a rough call. They could have just prepared to defend here, which they're going to have to do just with one less body and possibly lose that soak, losing that Sonya. So, you know, they just have to play more conservatively. Nexus Cats don't really have anywhere near enough spider butts to turn in, but Zul'jin Distillery is coming up close, so I don't know.
Shout out in chat to my boy ShweeRG. You know, throwing maybe a little bit of shade at me, saying I look more like Sonya than you do. That's fair. I probably do, honestly.
Well, I look more like Deckard Cain than you do.
Oh, you're a good sport.
Yeah. Shwee looks more like, I don't know, ETC? What would we say?
Okay, ETC. That'll work.
Lucha Libre ETC. No, Lucha Libre Diablo.
This is the Lucha Libre, isn't it? The skin that D-Wit's got on?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a nice skin. I like it. The purple with the gold.
It's very festive. Very festive. Both teams have enough for turn-in. Turd Herder was trying to get those 3 as that's all they need for the side of Nexus Cats. Potion's being dropped down as he whirlwinds away in fear. And both teams are just going to try to stall each other now. There is a bruiser camp pushing in favor of XGD. Hold on, there is a slide onto Arthur now. Roots put under him. The gravity lapse, but he's able to teleport out. A lot of cooldowns.
So looking at gems being turned in, they're going to be just 3 away, and Nexus Cats, they just need 1 more. There goes Arthur now. He's almost got a channel on the top side, and the Cats will be able to get back-to-back turn-ins now. So they still got to clear up this bruiser camp at mid, but this should effectively be enough to get through at least one of these forts, I'd imagine. Bottom lane fort already pretty low.
Yeah.
Rexar is going to have a lot of work to do to keep that one alive. Mid, the wall's down. Top, you know,
I'm hoping they
get a little
push
bit there.
top though, Murda. Looks like that's what they're doing. The Doctor waiting as Mark Zombie slides in. Huge damage coming out onto Imperius. The stay a while onto DeWitt, but Imperius looks perfectly safe. It looks like VP was casted and canceled immediately. And Ankle Shot is just being harassed by Turd Herder. They are actually chasing this kill onto Ankle Shot into mid lane.
Oh,
Will they get it? They get
Oh!
they get it, but I thought they gave up, Murda. I was like, do not.
I thought his mana shield was enough to keep him alive there. He popped it pretty well. But, oh boy, nice work by Arth now, picking up the finish on that kill. They do get through the first fort of the game at mid, and now likely going to make the rotation down to bottom. I don't think Rexar can defend against this push if they really want to go for it.
Right, and he has 13 gems on him, so I would just be mindful that this is like a full 5-man push onto this fort. His team isn't there yet. He's staggering. Sonia's going in with a little bit of whirlwind. Ruby's dropped just for the, you know, what of it. But Nexus Cats are done here. Now XGD has turn in, and we'll have to see if they're able to get that. Bruiser camp available for Nexus Cats. It looks like they are going to get that started.
Chat, you guys are so lovely, so nice to me. I don't know why you love me so much, but I love you too. Yes, I do wear sunglasses. I hope you enjoy them, and interesting games always, including this one. This is an interesting game. Heroes of the Storm.
Very much so. There is that turn-in.
And slightly ahead on XP as well, Slexia. They're working on their 16s. Probably not going to have it during this objective phase, but look up top. Imperius all by himself in a big rotation coming his direction. There's a lead-off stun from Mark Zombie. Now going to get rooted in by Decker Kane. Some more follow-up from Sylvanas. See you later, Be Fresh. 15 gems hit the turf.
Yeah, one thing I'm liking from Nexus Cats is their ability to rotate and gank, and their just thirst for blood. I think DeWitt's going to get ganked here. Speaking of that, as he tries to rotate alone, he's trying to get out, but instead decides to slide in and go for the mosh, and this might be bad for Nexus Cats as huge damage is coming out. Arthanau's dropped, but he also drops VP. Bunker comes down, and Turd Herder as well as McGiblets are out with a huge stay a while, but no damage really to follow up as the Doctor just rotates in. Excellent way to not die, though, if anything. Was a great setup or a great way to not die from Nexus Cats.
Triple defensive play there. First, you got the VP and the Bunker coming out at the same moment. Maybe a bit of an overlap. But then at the end of the play, McGiblets with that stay a while and listen, that pretty much shut it down, and no further kills were possible from XGD. They still do have this Web Weaver on the map at mid and a pretty healthy minion wave. It'll be enough to get through their second fort. Now matching up our structure total, this is exactly the type of game I was hoping for. Very even through the first 16 levels.
Yeah, and this is where Zeratul really comes online. So this could be the power spike Nexus Cats needs to take this game to the next level for themselves. Or we could just see, you know, XGD run it down. They do have 45 gems. Nexus Cats has a little more than that. I don't know. There hasn't been a boss play yet. It looks like Sonia's rotating onto the siege camp, but XGD wants this flank and gank.
You know, the one unfortunate thing for me about Tomb of the Spider Queen is the increasing totals needed to get consecutive turn-ins. This one costing 60 gems for each side, and it's just going to get more expensive from here. Can really make these rounds seem pretty long on Tomb of the Spider Queen. So hopefully we see some keeps down soon, or else we might be here for a while.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that these objectives get stronger with levels. The core can be kind of a nuisance on this map too, so it's not unlikely that we go to a late game, but Arthanel wants to get something done, kind of goes in onto DeWitt and Misha. But both teams just playing pretty safely. They don't want to lose their opportunity. I know that XGD doesn't want to allow Nexus Cats to get this turn in. They do have it. And it's just a stalemate, kinda. They are outnumbered though, because Sonya and Arthanel are bot, and looks like XGD is kind of going in. Mosh comes out but doesn't connect with anyone. Huge cooldown, but the turn-in was able to be captured bot lane for Nexus Cats, and this is another one for them.
So, we didn't talk about it yet, but Tranquility coming out from Malfurion. Do you think maybe a mistake not getting the Twilight Dream up against the Zeratul?
I don't know.
If I'm Malfurion, I want that protection that you get with the silence.
I mean, maybe they're just anticipating that high damage. They're comfortable with it. It's not really a play on the best ult, but what they like to do. But a whole bunch of things going on with that leap, and the Whirlwind just zoning out at least 3 members of XGD. ETC does fall. Phoenix is put out to kind of zone Mark, but he's out for blood at half health, just looking for his next slide after healing himself up in this fire. He's looking for that stun. Unfortunately, though, XGD is hiding behind their fort wall, or their keep wall, rather. And this is probably going to be some towers and the wall taken down. Oh, wait.
Oh, man. The spear over the wall from Be Fresh. Now still in chase up against Mark Zombie, but Deckard Cain, Scroll of Sealing, and a lock back a few heroes that might have been pressing in for some more kills. They do get through one fort in the top lane, get through a couple walls as well on these keeps. But this Webweaver phase, it's going to expire. Overall, pretty good for the Nexus Cats. Going to give them a half-level lead heading into 20.
Yeah, they are closer with XGD having that turn-in. They want to pick a fight while they have 20 before XGD gets it. They are picking up this Bruiser camp on the side of Zul'jin Distillery. Nexus Cats also picking theirs up. There are 3 members, or rather 2 members, of Red Team top lane. I think they're just trying to get these waves pushed out and get a turn in, but also they're probably just looking for 20s. I really want to see 20s for Nexus Cats in a fight, if I'm being honest.
The other thing of importance with that top lane, you want to keep that lane pushed up towards midfield so you can keep eyes on the boss. Just having your minions pressuring forward allows you to walk forward to see if anyone's there inside that boss pit. But now they are going to see enemy heroes on both sides of the map trying to get some gems in, but neither side really close to their next one. Actually, wait, I lied. XGD, they have 71 gems
They
on
do
hand?
have it.
Whoa.
It looked like Rexar was trying to maybe wait at boss to tag it while they got turn in, but Nexus Cats are just hot on the tails to deny that turn in, and that didn't happen. But I mean, they're just completely letting them get these gems in top. Arthanel kind of going in. Inkleshot getting 22 gems, and that's going to be another Webweaver phase for the side of XGD.
Oh man, and they still are holding on to a ton of gems. Potentially could get another one after this, but we'll see what they can get done with this first set. Level 20 to level 20. It's going to be the death metal for ETC. So we'll see if DeWitt wants to play aggressive in these fights, expecting to die, maybe lock in a few heroes on the way out. But first, it's going to be Webweaver's red team ready to go.
All right, here they come top lane at this keep. It is the boss lane. Boss is still available after this Webweaver phase. If they're able to get anything of value here, not get picked, they could possibly look at that. If Nexus Cats get some picks, then it's their turn to possibly go for it. There is the mosh pit with Imperious's ultimate popped, as well as VP. There are help pings as Mark Zombie stuns and slides in, blowing combustion, but it is interrupted. But XGD is taking so much damage here. Arthanel lit up, having to back up. Inkleshot dies. Malfurion goes down. Actually, Inkleshot hasn't died yet. There he goes now, as well as Rexar. So 3 members down with over 55 seconds until they res. But Be Fresh does not want to give up this fight, spearing 3 members of Nexus Cats, and it's going to be his demise this time. Let's be mindful, though, that mid keep and bottom keep are down with that Webweaver phase. And this is going to allow Nexus Cats to pick up that boss or just push any of the keeps themselves.
I think you maybe look to win the game.
Right.
20 seconds till Malfurion's up. Is just ETC on the map. They have Sylvanas. They're running towards this keep. Looks like Zeratul gonna clear up the lanes. Winions? Hello?
Winions.
Okay.
It's going to be a core race almost with all of the Winions headed in on the side of XGD for Nexus Cat's core. But Mark is taking so much damage, had to drop Bunker. And I almost feel like Boss would have been a better call because they would have had something to push with as the members of XGD were spawning.
Yeah. Well, their core is still going to be okay. Just one catapult still here, but Blaze almost ready to clear it up.
XGD's going for that boss play, though.
Yeah, well, this is
And
exactly what they need
Nexus
to
Cats are
do.
a little behind. Yeah, it is exactly what they need to do. It's exactly what I feel Nexus Cats should have done. But we'll see how greatly they can defend. I mean, all of their ultimates are up. If they want to invade or wait and then blow them up after the boss is captured, they can do that. But they don't have Sonya or Sylvanas, but they're looking to go in. Mark pops is unstoppable, does slide in, looking for a stun, misses it, and is just gravity lapse charged by Misha and blown up, dropping all of his gems. Boss is captured by XGD, and they're going to push here.
Oh no, Nexus Cats maybe not all on the same page there. They had 2 heroes ready to go. The rest of the team a little bit further behind. And with Blaze dead, they don't really have a front line. It's just the Sonya on her feet right now. They might be looking to race it out on the opposite end of the map, though.
That's what I'm saying. Arthanau is at the core. He decided to back. I thought he was possibly going to go for the core. Sylvanas is still pushing with the bottom siege camp. This keep is going to go down, no questions asked. But there is a huge route from Deckard Cain, not really keeping members of XGD away. They're pushing in strong. Sylvanas not being there puts this at a 3v5. Misha did back, not Rexar, but only Misha. And that is the last keep belonging to Nexus Cats down. This
Back
is
in
the core
defense
call.
is Rexar, and it's this boss now onto the core. Still 40% health, but there's the VP. That's going to slow down action with the boss. It's also going to make this Phoenix not do as much. Big leaping on the backside. ETC
Oh my
pretty low.
God.
The silence comes out as well. B-Fresh pops the armaments. Will survive through a little bit more damage, but the bunker coming down. It's going to negate all the damage from the angelic armaments. Now ankle shot surrounded. He's going to fall. It's a double kill for the Nexus Cats on their core.
B-Fresh is all over Mark Zombie's tail, but Arthanau will not let that happen. We see Cowboy Kyle coming in as well. Misha looking to get a stun, but Imperious dies. And that's 3 members of XGD down. This is actually very intense, and if Nexus Cats want, they can turn in and end, or they could just end. They can, XGD Bruiser Camp end, but this has to be a core call for Nexus Cats either way.
They're going to try to jam it through the bottom lane yet again. Zeratul's playing cleanup back in their base. They're going to be led by Mark Zombie, looking for that jet propulsion, going to whiff there. Nice charge from Misha, going to keep Blaze steady, but he pops new habits, able to get back to his team. Now turning their focus onto Malfurion. Herder looking for that leap, not going to do enough.
Ooh, they really need to spread out and actually hit this core. Death timers are just counting down, and they're backing up. They still do have turn-in, though. They could possibly get that. Looks like Arthanau is looking to get his 16 in, and they only need 15 more. And it's really on Zul'jin Distillery here to defend. Or we might see, a race on cores. It depends on how desperately one team or the other wants to end here. Both cores are exposed.
Don't know if you have a mod in chat right now, but if you guys want to ban that spammer, that'd be fantastic for us. Appreciate it. 14-7 is the kill count with ETC looking for something. Oh, he's stunned out. Mosh pit on a 10-second cooldown. D-Wit's got to back up. There's the Phoenix. Not going to do too much for Kel'Thas as the Web Weavers are on the map. Can they find any more structures? Well, not at mid, because that just got obliterated.
They're playing very safely. I mean, having that Sylvanas get picked was rough with the gravity lapse. The armaments were popped by Imperious, so that's down. But this is just a Webweaver phase that has its strongest Webweaver that is dying as I speak top lane. and Nexus Cats are looking to lose their footing in being able to win this game by not clicking that core when they had the opportunity, Murda.
Yeah, maybe a few mistakes, right? You said maybe they should have gone for that boss earlier. Maybe they should have gone for the turn-in before making that push that did nothing. You know, maybe they shouldn't have played too aggressive with their Sylvanas up front, losing any effectiveness during that push there. Yeah, but they're still a head-on kill. So how much can you blame these cats? Maybe they're just waiting for that one last fight that'll seal it up.
Yeah, they need to get some kills and end the game. If they do one more time, take out like 3 members. They're great at defending. Their wombo potential is huge, and it looks like they're just waiting mid with their bruiser camp, knowing that XGD will push up. XGD did pick up the bottom siege camp, but instead they're really probably not sure where the red team is, and they don't want to be too far out in the open and get picked. There's their bruiser camp area being checked. It's a popular place to have people set up for ganks late game. I know boss is going to be up soon. We're looking at about 7 seconds until that's ready. So they could be suspecting that XGD is waiting for the boss, but now they do see them clearing mid.
Checking back in on a few of our ever so longly stacking talents. Unfurling Shadows at 115 for Sylvanas, and there is Mana Addict now at 71 stacks for Kael'thas. That shield just getting bigger and bigger.
Well, we're seeing both teams inch their way towards boss. Moonfire looking to reveal these shadows. DeWitt anchoring for his team as Misha gets rooted. There is Be Fresh impaling Arthur, who's able to blink away.
If I'm Nexus Cats, I'm sending the captain to do his thing right now at the Zeratul. He's got to lead off these plays with that Void Prison. Just get a little aggressive, find the stack of heroes, and just let her rip, Arthur.
He's looking at it. He threw something out onto DeWitt. He decided against it. This is the perfect area for a clustered fight, for that VP, for that massive AoE damage. But he's just a little apprehensive, hiding in the shadows.
I mean, he's just got to take this path right here and go for it. There he goes. Here goes Arthur now. He's looking for it. Oh, he backs up. He sees a bear and he gets scared.
I mean, he has had no issues killing Misha throughout this game. He's got to do it again.
Core under attack. 3 catapults ripping through that core shielding. I think they are going to get some percentage here. Yes, they will. 3 already down. As we're back near the boss, DeWitt still keeping eyes on it. Here comes Be Fresh now walking in the pit as well. But Mark Zombie with the oil going to reveal who's there. That'll scare XGD right on back to their side of the map.
This is really just I'm too afraid to go in type of scenario. We have top lane. I think that Nexus Cats are favored in this pit fight. There goes Mark Zombie with the stun. The root coming out from Deckard with Bunker drop down. And there's the leap with VP on 2 members. Monch as well as Stay a While with Phoenix just dropped. And no one's really dying here. But DeWitt wants to get that kill onto Mark Zombie. And he will go down. But the Deckard roots are just locking the rest of Red Team away from getting to Blue Team. But Be Fresh, look at all of this damage coming out. Is he able to continue or will he die? I think he's got to back up, Murda. Oh my god, Misha saved his life.
Oh, look at Arthur now still living too. What?
What am I saying?
Oh my god. So, yeah, aggression on both sides, and it had to be Blaze to make the first move. I was really wanting it to be Arthur now gets the kill about 30 down.
No, Arthur right. 2 members of Nexus Cats down, 3 remaining, 4 members of XGD still alive. Every camp is available on the map. Everything is available. Core is available. We are at 29 minutes into this game, Murda. Turn-in available for XGD.
Remember how many gems they lost before? They've collected another 65 to get to this point. And they're want the boss as well.
They are going for the aggressive, like, there's no way we lose play here. Right?
I mean... Wait, they're not going for the defense. This is a core call from Nexus Cats. Look at the pathing they're taking. They're heading right to the XGD side of the map.
All right, well, Sylvanas is leading the way with a chunk of health missing, attacking this core. McGiblets is out there ready to throw potions down, and Mark Zombie is coming in hot, no pun intended, on that blaze. There's a leap onto DeWitt, who is all by his lonesome with Sylvanas just focusing the core alone, not chunking anyone down. Stutter stepping around will fall. Sonia's down as well, and Tranquility is pop. Mark Zombie, the one caught out this time, literally
The
up
core
against the
caught him.
wall. Yeah.
That's
And
it.
Arcanau is the only one left to defend. GG's in chat being called as these Web Weavers and Boss meet the Nexus Cats core. And that is a 30-minute, 29-second game one in this best of 3 game of the week. Murda going over to the side of Zul'jin Distillery.
This is exactly to a T what I asked for pregame. Some long maps, and really the only thing missing is, do we get a game number 3, Slexia?
I would anticipate we do. I mean, the thing is, if Nexus Cats want this to go to a game 3, they have to know when to end. They have to know their win condition and go for it. They had it quite a few times. And their team fights were excellent. They had more kills.
Who do you offer up your MVP to? Because for me, it's kind of hard to put a finger on.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably Imperious. Being a 4-man Imperious, really, just out of the blue, chunking people down. But then again, Mark Zombie did an excellent job at stunning Red Team, allowing for these major blow-ups that they got. So I would say it's between Mark Zombie and Imperious. I don't remember who was playing Imperious. That's why I'm not saying the player's name.
It was Be Fresh.
Be Fresh or Mark Zombie.
Okay. I can't disagree. I thought overall we saw some great plays from both sides, really from all players on both sides. And it was honestly down to that final moment of the game. Level 25 to level 25. They did it with fewer kills, but XGD are going to walk away with the win on Tomb of the Spider Queen. We have a very short break as we go to set up game number 2. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your stay here for the NGS Game of the Week. Thank you for being a viewer, and please consider becoming a patron of the Nexus Gaming series. We'll be back in about 2 minutes. And welcome back. Hello? Here we go. Here we go.
Hello.
There we go.
Hello.
Here we go. We're back. Whoa.
We're back in
Slex-
business.
Slexia, as your sun goes down, your green screen gets a little bit messed up and more messed up. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry to everyone. I should have turned a light on before actually going into this. But hey, we'll just deal with it. It's not Murda's fault. It's mine. Because I always
Murda's
last
fault.
minute call him up. And I'm like, can you cue my green screen? We're like 1 minute from going live. But I want to talk a little bit about what chat was saying with Misha and Rexar and those micro plays.
Yeah.
I will agree. Those were excellent. So you guys may have the better answer when it comes to MVP of that game. The fact that Misha was just scouting all of those greats and able to stun Artha now and keep him afraid of engaging top lane almost deserves that MVP for sure.
Yeah,
if not, it does.
Honestly, I was talking about how the Nexus Cats needed to rely on their Zeratul to do a bit more harassing onto that backline Malfurion, especially in the absence of a Twilight Dream. I mean, that's just a signal for Zeratul to go on top of Malf all game long. We didn't really ever get to see that out of Arth now in the Zeratul. And in those final plays, they were relying more on the Blaze to make the engagement. The rest of the team may be too far behind because of that gap-closing jet propulsion, not really leaving enough room for the Nexus Cats to catch up with it. So when the engagement happened, they're just not there to follow up, and then the fight's taking place on two sides of the map. I can barely zoom out the camera far enough. And
right. Like, I didn't even know Artha was fighting, with the Malfurion as we're seeing a huge fight top. It's just like fights everywhere. Everywhere. Murda.
Yeah, absolutely. So chat, we don't have our lobby yet. That's the sad part. Turd Herder says no clue on map yet, waiting on DeWitt. So yeah, we're gonna be patient. We're hanging. Hopefully you guys are hanging as well. We've got this viewer count up to 29. Holy smokes! Thanks for checking out the Nexus Gaming Series.
35.
35 from Slexia. Okay. Well, who knows what's right? I don't know what's right. I'm just reading the stream manager here. Perhaps Twitch doesn't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, Twitch is clueless on how to look at these numbers. But yeah, I'm excited to get into game 2. These are long games. And I see a lobby ready. I'm going to join off of Artha now. Oh, everyone's in there, Murda. Let's get you in here. Let's get you in here. Where are you at?
Murda, hit buttons. Accept. I'm in.
Ooh, it's a spicy one, Murda.
Oh, my good friend Todd is here. Towers of Doom.
Towers of Doom.
So yeah, this could be a long map as well. Tomb of the Spider Queen, I think on average is the longest map. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I'm fairly certain I'm not though. So what was that, 30 minutes? 30 minutes, 28 seconds?
It was, yeah, just at 30 and a half minutes. Super close game. Towers of Doom can be close as well. It depends on if these teams have the same strategy or how they want to play it. I'm expecting to see another blow-up comp from the side of XGD. It was working for them. I would want to see a beefier front line from Nexus Cats, though, Murda.
Well, if anyone's in chat and would care to reach out to my next matchup, yeah, I got one coming at 10 o'clock over on my channel. I might be late for that, because this one's looking like it's going to be a long one. Could end up going to Game 3, of course. But if we get another 30-minute game, holy smokes, that's already 10 o'clock right there. They're asking if I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready. Okay.
I'm speaking on your behalf with words that are just invented now.
Jessar. Jessar.
Perfect.
But a lot of love to both these teams. I'm loving it so far. It's definitely an exciting one.
Yeah. So, we see KT banned a lot in lower ranks.
Sure.
I would argue that Division D is one of the lower divisions. Obviously, we go down to E now, but
technically speaking, sure.
Do you think that they would consider banning that? We didn't call him out for his plays, but I have to say his gravity lapses were on point, following up the slide and root combo. In these tight quarters on Towers of Doom in that bottom area, another form of CC can be debilitating. Forget about spreading bombs, but just the fact that he has an E button could be a reason enough to maybe ban that KT.
Yeah,
how do you feel about that?
You know what? I think you're right. I don't necessarily care for the Diablo ban at all on any level. because I mean Diablo is just there's better tanks out there right now. Like sure, if you have a player who's really good at Diablo, okay, fine. Play against that player who's really good on Diablo. The tank's just not as good as some of the other ones right now. There's a ban on Garage, so similar.
I'm expecting a Sylvanas. I'm expecting a Sylvanas first pick.
Absolutely.
It is pretty strong here, but like I said, I would also like to see a stronger tank. Instead, we're seeing the Stukov picked up, which I feel like Nexus Cats actually banned last game.
Well, look who's in chat saying, show me the Stukov. Led a star. I'm assuming that's the same lead playing for XGD. Asking for the Stukov, getting the Stukov.
Yeah, getting it on the opposing team. DeWitt again picking up at ETC. There's the Malfurion. Like I said, I anticipate XGD will be going for a blow-up comp again. And they have 2 pieces of that puzzle. There are many other assassins that can fit in besides the KT if they want to go for those as well. Now we see another 2 picks for the side of Nexus Cats. It is going to be Johanna, as that was not banned. Excellent pickup. And Malthiel picked up by Turd Herder with the ability to double soak on this map. That's an excellent pick.
We still haven't seen Zool at all tonight. I thought it would have been a great pick for either side on Tomb of the Spider Queen. The Malthiel selection from Nexus Cats kind of does counter out that Zool a bit, like you said, able to double soak. So do the Nexus Cats really care about Zool now?
I think they do, and I think they should possibly ban it. It's not played enough because it's banned so much to maybe be ready to go against that as Malthiel, even if it is a counter. Those skeletons exploding really kind of put a stick in the spokes of anyone playing against him. But we could just see another target ban. It is the KT.
The mental imagery on stick in the spokes just has me cracking up.
Yeah, it's like an old person saying, I don't know why I say it sometimes. My soul is 90. I don't know.
Well, you did call the Kael'thas ban, so you have some youthful spirit when it comes to banning.
Some Div D spirit. And there is a different mage picked up by Ankle Shot. We see Orphea, really popular right now, and Rexar picked up again with a different skin, but he changes it back. I want to note it was changed back. Okay, so Orphea, you know, a little different style of mage, not really able to CC except for with her ultimate if Crushing Jaws is picked up. Her sustain is pretty decent, but if someone gets rooted and she's able to land a combo, I'm going to say they're dead, Murda.
Yeah, I almost like it better, actually, than the Kael'thas, because they so far are showing the same comp. Like, will this be Imperious again? Probably will be. Like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. I'm expecting this year. And, you know, it does well against the Leaping. You get the bigger bodies harder for the... Why not?
I mean, we could see something like Raynor, too, picked up with Hyperion on this bottom, you know, fort that's so popular and so important. They could go with something more of an auto attack hero, and they do pick up the Raynor.
Okay, so this is what I was calling for in game number 1 in that final pick. This time they do grab Jimmy. Slexia, who's got the better draft here? It's definitely a sturdier side for XGD compared to this kind of squishy side for Nexus Cats.
Johanna's such a strong tank, and the poke is just absolutely insane coming out from the side of Nexus Cats. I feel like Malfurion will have a rough time keeping up, even though Lead does go with Tranquility. I'm going to say Nexus Cats have the stronger draft because their poke is insane. So maybe we're split here.
Well, I think they're certainly going to have the edge when it comes to soaking the lanes. Just having the Malthiel, we'll see if he wants to go on a pale horse and if he'll be able to run up and down between mid and top. And just leave the other 4 heroes in that bottom lane. A lot of poke going to come out from Li Ming and Hanzo. And probably a lot of free siege for the Doctor. And you think about Li Ming on a map like this, they're going to have to put bodies in the way of those missiles and orbs. We'll see how it goes here. Game number 2, Towers of Doom. I'll introduce our team on the left-hand side first. Once again, we got Mark Zombie, this time playing the Johanna, the Doctor on Li Ming, Arth now switching over to Hanzo, McGiblets on the Admiral Stukov, and the last pick it'll be Turd Herder on the Malthiel. Make some noise for the Nexus Cats.
10 seconds.
Let me try to do a wrestler announcement too. On the red side, playing for XGD, we have DeWitt. on ETC Be Fresh. Playing Rainer, led on Malfurion, Cowboy Kyle on the Rexar, an ankle shot on Orphea. Let's make some noise for the players of XGD!
That was really good. I liked it.
I almost blew my voice box out, but here we are.
Voice box! Ace in the hole selection from Rainer. Not bad here. Not necessarily a map where you're like, you need extra minion clear, extra merc clear. Of course, you do want to race down those sappers, but usually it's no contest when you're fighting over them. Just really, I guess, depending on the situation. Like, you're not needing Exterminator to get through it more quickly, is my point.
Yeah, it's an interesting pickup, but with those slides from ETC, maybe not a bad call. Not sure. Be Fresh, though, in a bit of trouble as he was trying to step forward to auto-attack as Mark Zombie comes down with that big condemn. Sappers are available. Mark Zombie dismounting DeWitt in those bushes. And Rainer's looking to pick up mid-soak, leaving just 3 members of XGD bottom lane.
Yeah, early
No
game.
can't touched yet.
Early game, let's go ahead and credit Turd Herder. He's getting up and down between mid and top, like we said he probably should be. And giving the Nexus Cats a bit of an edge in this rotation. They're able to slam 4 heroes in the bottom lane. And they're going to be working on their sappers first, a little bit ahead of XGD.
Yeah, that is my favorite strategy on this map. Have someone double soak, just maintain the priority on bottom lane the whole time. This also, the wave clear or the camp clear for Nexus Cats pretty strong as they were able to pick up their sappers and look at invading here. DeWitt getting slapped by that orb though. Very squishy early tank. Be Fresh is the next target as Arthanow is able to free poke here. Root's kind of zoning him out, but he is not done. Johanna finishes the job. And Nexus Cats are able to pick up the sapper camp on the red side as well, giving them both in this early game, taking down the wall and a tower of this bottom fort. Make that almost 2 towers. 2 towers, Murda.
So this might be blasphemous, and chat, call me out if you think it is. But this is looking like Nexus Cats are going to run away with this map very quickly. A 1-level lead. I think their soak is just so much better right now. Their 4-man push in the bottom lane is looking really strong with the Li Ming and Hanzo. I don't know what's going to stop them. It's going to have to take some big fights during these objectives for XGD.
I mean, if we see the chomp from Orphea, what is the Eternal Feast with the Mosh, that whole wombo, it could really stop them if the Mosh is able to get off on multiple members. We do have a 3 altar phase as all of Nexus Cats are rotating up to theirs. It looks like Turd was asking for help. Be Fresh is now being pursued. Will most likely make it out, but Arthanel's not done. He wants that kill. He's poking him, and this is that poke I was talking about. They will give over 2 altars, though, for that kill.
Altars for kill. Good job, XGD. Yeah, smart.
Yeah.
I'll give him credit.
All right. Yeah, let's say baited, but Led is in trouble down here all alone. Arthanel able to start that poke. Mark Zombie in the pursuit, and it looks like they're looking for another kill. DeWitt trying to slide in, and he does get that slide. Arthanel's the one that's low, and Led is perfectly safe. The Sapper Camp should be coming up again relatively soon at about 19 seconds for the blue hand side. And Nexus Cats are just looking to keep their firm positioning here in this bottom lane with Turd Herder doubling.
Firm positioning. Let's take a peek at the XP totals. Look at this. Turd Herder, 4,400. On the opposite side, leading is Rexar at 2,700. So much value so far for Malfield. And he's not done. This is still just 4 minutes in. I think we might see 20k out of Turd Herder by the end of the game.
If he keeps up at this pace, I mean, he is just quickly rotating. You know, he may eventually get caught out as 4 members of the side of XGD have to rotate mid to catch some of that soak. But as it stands right now, he's in a good place. Nexus Cat's able to pick up their sappers once again. And we're heading into this double altar phase.
We're going to call out the ETC walking in. DeWitt looking for a power slide in front of the wall, not going to connect. Sappers only walk in one direction right now, so they're going to have to be cleared out by Be Fresh and this Rainer. Malfurion going to help out, and Orphea nearby as well. Double altar spawning bottom side of the map. Here comes Malfield. making the long run down on his pale horse as Li Ming starts channeling the bottom altar. Not quite able to get it, harassed away by Malfurion.
Roots were already used. The broccoli is already down. DeWitt is getting chunked. He does slide onto the doctor, who's able to use the E to get out. And unfortunately, Turd dies on the middle objective point. And I'm seeing now that the way Nexus Cats can lose this match is by giving up these altars.
That's what I said. If XGD can do well during the objectives, which they did during the first one, and they're proving again here during the second one, this is their recipe to win. And the Cats have to worry about this. They cannot be losing heroes at the start of these fights. They need to stick together. They can't lose because once level 10s come, it starts to swing over to XGD a bit more impactful at level 10.
Right. Luckily, they do have some interrupts for the Mosh if Li Ming can stay away, you know, far enough to use her ultimate, Blessed Shield as well, which is their own way to set up too. Mark Zombie looking to catch the members of XGD as they rotate after getting their Sapper. Roots drop down and McGiblet's in a lot of trouble, already using his D.
Bio kill
and
switch.
He does die. Yeah, thank you. I can't recall. I was going to say his pustule, but popping his pustule, I just didn't want to really go there, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Oh, God. Triple Sappers about to approach this wall of the Nexus Cats. Nice power slide just to harass a few heroes back. They all will connect. The wall's down. One tower's down. There's Dragon's Arrow. Instant tranquility from Lead. Gonna keep XGD healthy, but sacrificing a lot. Now looking up at the top, here's Malthael against Rexar on the Sapper camp. Turd Herder trying to get some value up against two different heroes, the Bear and the Bear Controller.
The more marks,
the
more
Rexar
things.
Win this?
I mean, he does win this, but Last Rites is used. He won the objective. Turd should be able to clean that pretty easily, and we have an altar phase in bottom lane with only one ultimate available for the side of Nexus Cats, and that is Li Ming's ultimate. So as we head into this, you know, we're only going to have that one way to interrupt the Mosh.
Yeah, a lot of heroics on cooldown right now for the Cats. They only have the Wave of Force. Now showing up here is Malthael. 10 seconds now for the Dragon's Arrow of Hanzo. They're just kind of tapping around, waiting for some of these heroics to come back online. Here's the mosh pit, instantly interrupted by Li Ming. Well done.
Oh, the crushing jaws, though.
Uh-oh. Li Ming getting to work. There's one reset, looking for the second. Doesn't find a Turd Herder in deep. And still doesn't have that last rites ready to go. So a double kill for XGD. It's only the Bear falling. Yikers.
You know, Li Ming was really zoned out with that Hyperion coming out after Crushing Jaws took Mark Zombie out on the Johanna. It was every man for himself without a tank. XGD looking really solid and well practiced in these zoning fights. They did have map pick, as we saw Nexus Cats get first pick, so this is maybe something they've practiced, you know. They just love these blow-up comps, and I'd be very mindful of it because the ETC is very strong.
So all the soaking in the world, not really helping the Nexus Cats right now. Turd Herder still back to work, but they're not winning the bottom lane. That's what this strategy is really trying to employ. There's the Blessed Shield, though, from Johanna, but ETC pressuring out that backline, Li Ming and Stukov. Nice work from DeWitt. Now Turd Herder showing up, does have last rites ready to go this time, but the fight's over. No one's here ready to die.
I mean, Misha maybe, but that's just supplemental. And both of these bottom forts are at about half health. Sappers are going to be heading into the side of Nexus Cat's fort in the bottom lane. Turd Herder in a lot of trouble mid lane. Cowboy Kyle and Be Fresh on him. He puts last rites out just as a desperate attempt. And we're going to see a 2 altar phase with DeWitt having Dragon's Arrow put onto him and able to get out. A lot of ults being used without any follow-up. Again, we only have Li Ming's ultimate.
And another death before another objective.
Yeah.
Like, this is exactly what they can't have happen, the Cats. And it's exactly what's been happening time and time again. Rexar positioned to steal away the enemy altar. Let's see if he can get it. Malthael running in quickly.
There is the Blessed Shield, though. He also has the condemn, but the slide right through him does kill Mark once more, and now there is no tank for Nexus Cats going into this double altar phase.
So Rexar wasn't able to get the channel. Turd Herder running in and Misha having to charge broke the channel from Rexar. But Turd Herder in trouble again. 260 health, barely getting a heal from Stukov. The zoning is here now. 5 heroes. 4 heroes? 5 heroes? Where's Orphea? Orphea's on the other side of the map. She picks up one of those altars. Still working on this last one. All 5 heroes of the Nexus Cats are now back on the map, but can they make a defense? No. Oh boy, Slexia.
All right.
How do you come back from here? They're down by 24 shots.
Well, it is, the ultimate comeback map, and they are maintaining their experience, even though they are dying. I mean, they only have 2 fewer kills than XGD. It just feels like so many more because of when they die. So they need to play safely. They need to know when to go in, when to use their ults, and really show us how they synergize with each other. But what they don't need to do is have 2 members showing bot with a 4-man rotation. The Doctor taking a lot of damage,
Mark.
able to make it out.
Oh, Mark. What a defensive Blessed Shield to allow the Leeming to sneak away. They get the fort in the bottom lane, and maybe the first advantage we've seen thus far from the Nexus Cats. But look up top, 3 sappers will connect onto that top lane fort.
Look at B-Fresh, though. Walking over under this fort that does not belong to him. Dragon's Arrow is used as Condemn pulls him even closer, and that's going to be a kill. There's the Mosh with the Crushing Jaws, capturing 2 members of Nexus Cats with roots put under it, and Tranquility is popped. I don't know if it was necessarily needed. This fort still belongs to Nexus Cats. We're going into a 3 altar phase, 2 sapper camps available, 1 member down for XGD. They can make a lot of big plays right here. But what I also want to mention is that Rexar is actively taking down that bottom fort.
Yes, that top fort. It is going down.
Yeah, the top fort. Sorry.
Well, nice work there, sneaking it out from under our noses. Triple altar phase up next with that bottom fort. Oh, it's very low, so all I have to do is walk in, maybe with the Orphea even.
Sappers are on their way, though, Murda.
Oh,
The Orphea has to prioritize the fort or these sappers. I mean, I would definitely take care of these sappers. Bottom is just going to freely go over to the side of Nexus Cats. They are able to pick up their top one as well. Sappers making it in, surprisingly, I believe.
Well,
And we're looking at quite a few HP points chunked.
quite a few XP and HP. 17 core shot lead for XGD. It's Mouthdale in the top lane trying to get back that fort, but this is not his specialty. He likes killing minions, not structures. So it's going to be a long time for him to be able to get that back himself, as we see XGD now looking at the enemy siege camp. There's 4 heroes here from the Cats, with Arth now having those piercing arrows at level 16. Maybe going to be able to do some work in here. Here's that Dragon's Arrow from DPC.
Wow.
Big condemn from Johanna as well, but DeWitt still on his feet, able to survive. It's Johanna down to 200 health. Will she fall? Yes, she will. Leeming's down as well. There goes Mouthdale. It's a triple kill for the Zul'jin Distillery, and they're gonna get this bottom fort as well. Slexia, they might 6-cap it right here.
Yeah, they have a lot in their favor right now. Nexus Cats could have turned that around a little bit differently with that excellent route from the Stukov and the Silence. Mark was just a little late at capitalizing on it, and now they're paying the price. Bottom fort captured by XGD. They're heading for this mid one, and that would be the 6th cap. There is a solo mosh onto Stukov as he dances the night away.
Oh,
and this is looking dire.
That's it. That's GG. This is 6-cap. Single altar spawning, but doesn't even matter. Can the Cats get any of these bell towers back within the time it takes for 8 of these to shoot off? I think we're going to see GG's in chat right now as Malfurion starts the channel. The game will end with the Zul'jin Distillery walking away with the 3 points domination over the number 2 seed Nexus Cats.
Crazy game. I was anticipating a 3rd game. After seeing the draft, it just came down to panic R buttons being pushed, I think, by Nexus Cats. And they did their best, though, and it was a wild ride, Murda.
Absolutely. So let's quickly take a look at this match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. Game 2 MVP may be a bit easier this time, as we had a clear winner on Towers of Doom. Who would you give it to? Is it just the Malfurion? 4 kills, 0 deaths. Seemed to do pretty well.
Honestly, I would give it to DeWitt on the
DeWitt?
ETC.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, Malfurion was able to get a few kills with Moonfire, but those slides were so impactful. Even the Orphea with the crushing jaws. Malfurion just keeping the W's, spamming those W's all over Nexus Cats are what ultimately got those kills. But I'm going to say DeWitt is my MVP.
Okay. Well, here is the talent screen. I'm going to try to reach out to DeWitt right now, see if he's available for an interview. DeWitt, there you are. Interview, question mark? I didn't spell any of that right. NGS lobby, meet ya there. So you too, Slexia, you want to meet me over there?
Which lobby?
Let's see what's open. Lobby 1.
On my way.
All right, see you there. Oh, hello, Slexia.
Hello, Murda.
I might have to hit this button. Boom, there it goes. We'll see if DeWitt can join us. Looks like he's going to try to bring a teammate as well. That sounds good.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
hello. Well, well, well. Congratulations. We got DeWitt and Ankle Shot joining us here for the interview. That was a highly contested matchup all week. Everyone looking forward to it. But XGD came to play. How's the team feeling?
Yeah, we feel better than we have all season about that win. I had been preparing for it a decent bit this week, and it felt good for my scheming to pay off.
Absolutely.
You say scheming in a very scheming type of way. What does that mean?
Well, it's how you know I'm like rubbing my hands together maniacally.
Right.
That's what I just did on stream.
So I have an immediate question. For the Diablo to be banned over and over with this blow-up comp with the ETC, I mean, is someone getting either a Diablo blow-up comp or an ETC blow-up comp no matter what, unless they ban ETC and Diablo against you guys? Or what are we looking at here?
They're two of my favorite tanks. Actually, probably my 2 favorite ones. We run several others, but I love playing those 2. And I hadn't really pulled out the ETC much this season, so
Okay.
maybe they weren't expecting it as much.
But we've seen ETC from you in the past. It's not like a hero just came into the game and you have limited experience on the count. Obviously, you've played ETC before. We're not doubting that one bit. Tonight, it looked pretty good. The mosh pit was in effect, but they were waiting for it, often with some sort of cooldown ready to go to interrupt it. How were you guys making the adjustments in the moment to deal with that?
On the moshes, yeah, they played the moshes exceptionally well.
Yeah.
Especially game 1. I felt like after maybe like level 20, or it took a long time, but I made an adjustment to pressure the back line with mosh instead of even fooling with the front line. And I was able to split their team front line and back line. And then eventually I got a mosh on Zeratul, I think, in one of the last fights, and the stay while went solo on me, which was huge for us because that was wrecking us.
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect.
Game 1, Tomb of the Spider Queen, you guys picked the map, and you guys ban out the Johanna, which I think is a smart move. It allows you to go into this triple front line. You got the ETC, the Rexar, and the Imperia. Seemed like you guys had an idea from the start that you wanted to bring big bodies to the contest. How do you feel as though that changed the way the map played out? It was a long one on Tomb of the Spider Queen, but what are your thoughts on how that draft ended up working out for you?
Yeah, it was really nice having the extra bruiser especially for another layer of CC, so that we didn't have to rely on the Mosh so much because we just had a lot of other lockdown on anybody who stepped out. So I think it paid off for us, especially towards that final crazy fight where it seemed that Refresh was taking on 3 of them while we were dealing with this Zeratul that was blinking all over the place. So
There was
definitely nice.
a beautiful spear from Fresh. I gotta say, it was Sonya trying to do damage onto a keep wall, and Fresh just comes over the small wall and just spears him right in tower range, and it's like, all right, well, Sonya's dead. Let's go from here.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a big momentum swing. Like, I don't think
Also-
we maybe regained it, but we stopped theirs pretty hard right there.
Slexia,
What I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say, ankle shot. You must have just felt like you were in the lap of luxury, not having to worry about picking up chips with that beefy front line.
Yep.
Oh,
Tell me
yes.
what is that like?
Oh, it's very, very nice when you have your entire team protecting you, especially after the
Wow.
level 20 and the flamethrower upgrade. So I can stand like a full, I don't know, full tower's length away and just it's all fine, unless it's the Zeratul. It's all fine.
Well, props to you on your Kalthos play, specifically
Appreciate it.
your gravity follow up on those routes and slides. Excellent job, and it was definitely ban-worthy game 2. You were my MVP for game 2, though, DeWitt,
Ooh.
and I just want you
Oh.
to know I really enjoyed your ETC play. But I never have really any questions at all. Murda, do you have anything else?
We can talk about game number 2. Not every day we get to see a 6 cap, but really the difference maker for me was you guys finding kills right before each of those altar phases started to activate. Was it a conscious effort, or did things just fall in your lap at the right time?
I feel like they kind of misplayed. Bottom siege is really important, but I feel like they put themselves in really bad spots several times, sieging in really deep on our tower.
Well, part of it may be because they had that early lead. They showed the confidence enough to walk in and take away your sapper camp right at the start of the game. They pressured in on that bottom fort pretty effectively, getting it down to about 25% health. But you guys stuck in there. You weren't giving up. You, like I said, found the kills before the objectives and ended up getting the tower shot lead. I think at one point it was like 18 or so. Ultimately leading into a 6 cap by the end, but for me, it seemed like you guys were losing at the start, but you turned it right around. What was in the comms going on during those early portions of the map that gave you the confidence to come back?
I think that we were just trying to make sure that we were getting set up ahead of time. That way, if there was an ambush happening, it would be us springing the trap instead of kind of walking into a really big blow-up comp on the other side. So I think we were just trying to play a couple seconds ahead as much as possible.
Well, you guys have now defeated the Nexus Cats. They were one of the 2 teams ahead of you in the standings, although after the 3 points added in, XGD, how does this sound? First place in Division D East. Who's out there to stop you after this?
I guess I gotta have my eye on your math teachers. There's some drama associated with them, with their interviews and stuff. But
I've been on one of those.
regardless, they are good players, so we're gonna have to watch them.
And of course, our end of season rivalry against Church of Murky, like
Oh yeah,
it can that can determine some seeding.
oh yeah, Church of Murky always like top like circled game at the beginning of the season. Love playing
Definitely.
those guys.
Well, guys, what a win tonight. Huge congrats on the 2-0. Before we let you go here from the game of the week, we want to give you opportunity for some shout-outs. So the floor is yours, Zul'jin Distillery.
Yeah, I want to shout out. I want to acknowledge Arthanaw had a pretty sneaky move that I totally fell for in draft. He picked the Sylvanas. I was like, okay, they're not picking Zeratul, but he did the old switcheroo.
Yep. Okay, I saw that.
Yeah, okay, that was that. Okay.
Makes
So
sense.
I'm gonna give him that one. But
Galaxy Brain Strats.
Yeah, shout out. I mean, Nexus Cats, they're a great team, and it wouldn't be too surprising to see them in playoffs. You never know how to go, but we shall see. Shout out to Ripper, who helps us with strategy stuff, and to Nutcracker, our 6th player. You got anything, Ryan?
No, not really. Just thanks for all the casts, and we're glad that we were the featured game this week.
Well, it definitely was worth the ticket. Great job tonight. XGD walking away with the 3 points. Definitely looking forward to more of you guys here in Season 9.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for the
All right,
cast.
we'll
Bye.
talk to you soon. Slexia, let's hop back and call, eh?
Do it. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
Let's do it to it. So this button, call. There it is. Okay. All right. Slexia's
Cam
coming
going.
back. Cam girl.
Yeah, I'm a
And-
cam girl. Totally me. That's me, Slexia. So what an interesting game. I really expected that second game to go over to Nexus Cats in the beginning.
I honestly did too. Yeah.
But they're still a strong team, doing an excellent job this season. And
Yeah, certainly nothing to like
Yeah.
be that upset over. Yeah, you lost tonight. Yeah, it was an 0-2. But look, you guys are doing incredible this season. You've proven that you're able to beat some of the best here in Division D East. You're gonna get another chance at XGD if you fight hard enough for it. You'll see them in the playoffs, right? Keep your heads up,
Right.
and go get them next time.
100%. I know you have another cast to get to, so we can wrap this up.
Sure.
Let me just let everyone know who I am. What's up? I'm Slexia. Just follow me on Twitter and follow me on Twitch, I guess. Who are you, though, Murda? Hello? Aren't you, streaming a lot lately?
Yeah, I'm Murda, recent full-time streamer. Trying to push towards Twitch partner, but yeah, it's a long road ahead. So if you want to help me out, I am going live. It's actually live right now. You can tune on in, twitch.tv/MurdaRG. That's where we're going to be raiding over to next. We got a heroic division matchup. It is Give Us 20 versus the Quarantine Kappas. A lot of fun players on both sides. I'm sure Slexia might even tune in. We'll see. You're probably going to.
I might. I'm also tuning into Weenus's channel
Weenus,
periodically because it's his birthday today.
A 24-hour marathon stream. Twitch.tv/MoistWeenus. We definitely got to shout that out. So show him some love. Maybe throw out some 69 biddies. He throws them at you guys all the
He loves
time.
to see those biddies. Yeah.
He loves those
69 increments for sure. But that's it for Game of the Week. We'll see you guys next week. Check in with Nexus Edge on Tuesday at what time? 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern, sometime
Yeah, it's like,
between 7 and 8.
Sure. We'll go with that.
You know what I mean? Check in. They usually highlight these matches before we even get into them. It gives you some insight as to why they're picked. And who knows, maybe your team could be picked next. Thank you guys for hanging out with us and have a fabulous evening.
Love you guys. Bye.